There we go. Hello everyone, how are we doing tonight? Another week, another WANI Wednesday. This time around we're going to try and reach ending number 2. Let me just pull out my sheet to figure out how points work again. Points. I want to hit the gather endings. There we go. Okay. Yeah, like I said, today's plan is to reach the ending of number 2. So to do that one, Olivia's score of about 3 to 4. Yeah, Olivia's score 3 to 5, but Inko's score needs to be low. Gotcha. So basically, Inko's gonna be a dumbass, and Olivia's gonna be somewhat developed. Alright, that's gonna be interesting then. Cool. Hey, welcome back, Vlad. How you doing? This is a bit earlier for you, I think, but we're here to play WANI Wednesday. So, oops, hold on. Back, main menu. Start from, oh, okay, wait, no, that was the right thing. So yeah, we're gonna try and reach the second ending of this game. I think I mentioned it to you when we were playing, through, Model Warrior Julianne. So I really like this game, but potential spoilers. We're gonna be skipping through the entire like thing and just, you know, doing the second ending. So if you want to play the game yourself, I'd recommend clicking off now before I start skipping through everything. Okay. Skip unseen. No, don't skip. Skip everything except unseen text. There we go. Whee! So this choice does not matter, but let's breathe in that fresh city air. It's springtime where I am nowadays, so it does smell good outside. I like the smell of rain. Alright, back off a bit, please. Let's view the landmarks. There we go. There's our love interest. There's Solly, my beloved. You love to spoil yourself? Okay, we're gonna not get a lot of this though, because we are skipping. Hey, there's Ferris. There's our boy Damien. There's Yadakan. Alright. Huge fucking idiot. I'm feeling like a huge fucking idiot. Let's get some sports drinks. Snow today. Oh, wait, isn't it May? My god. Actually, that depends. What hemisphere are you in? I mean, in either case, it's either too early or too late. But yeah, no, snow? I can't imagine. Alright, Damien told me about you. Oh, I guess I never chose this option. Hold on. I met Damien. He said I'd have to wait for you to sort out my login stuff. I don't know, around here it's been either cold because of rain or it's been like 18 Celsius. Damien mentioned me? Oh, you're the guy that got smeared into the ground in gym class yesterday. Yeah, I'm Liz. Whoa. Inko. But yeah, I'm new here, so I need an account. Not a problem at all. Yeah, it's been raining here. Liz sits down and cracks her knuckles as she starts typing away at the keyboard. Alright, I'll see if I can get that done for you. In a flourishing display of spreadsheet software experience, Liz navigates... I think we're good, yep. Well... Students here usually jump to asking about what they're graduating here for, so they can more easily form connections and collaborate. So excuse me if I might be going too fast. No, not at all. I'm a bit more at ease now that you just explained it. It's pretty good, although I feel bad about missing most of the first day. Posture check? I don't know, man. It's kinda... When your neck is that big, I don't think you really need to worry about, your posture. At least not for that. Although, yeah, her back might be fucking... Okay, listen. The physics don't matter, okay? This is all about, being a scaler. It's not a big deal. Guess not. Although, truth be told, I see those paintings framed in the hall by the principal's office, and it does put a bit of a rain on my parade. Oh, those? Yeah, I get what you mean. I think it's like that by design, honestly. Something about breaking the students' egos. Then you end up wanting to improve like crazy so you can reach your goals. At least that's what happened to me. I'm planning on going to university and getting degrees in design and business. And that's just the start. I'm also, yeah, I think we're good. I'm going to be an influencer blogger and be crazy popular. Alright. Out we go. Okay. Solly Snipe. Alright, what should he wear? Malcolm's seasonal cross print jacket. Really now? Sounds rather... There you go. The hat. So yeah, so to reach the second ending, we need Inko to not have any character growth, or minimal character growth. And Olivia needs to be a bit more developed. So, hold on, let me just pull up my spreadsheet again. Inko needs a score of 1 to 2. And Olivia needs a score of 3 or 4. Alright. So, 1 to 2. I guess we'll just get our points right away instead of later. Now let's draw the Gator Girl on a half pipe. Whee! Alright, now it's time for the Barbie. The Dilophosaurus spit only gets more acidic after they reach puberty. Yeah, once we start reaching the actual part where there's new dialogue, it'll slow down quite a bit. For now, we're still just skipping through everything. Alright. Invite Olivia to join you back outside. Whee! Speedrunning visual novels is very funny. Oh, come the fuck on now, Olivia. Don't be such a killjoy. I'm trying to be nice here. I don't know why this is not skipping. This should be skipping. Anyways. Alright. So, here I believe we show support. Hold on. Hold on just a second. What gives Inko points? I need to figure out what gives Inko points. So draw the gator. Why do all this? Focus, finish, take the pictures. Okay. Alright. We got it. Show support. Oh, that's my cue to leave. Let's go. Man, I thought summer was weeks ago. Out we go. The rain scene. Okay. So Inko gets a point if we say, but why do all this? We need as little points as possible. So we're at 1 point right now because we drew the Gator Girl. Yeah. There we go. This doesn't seem to be complete. There's not the part where it's let her fail. Okay, there it is. Alright. I can't hate you. This stops both of our development if I say that right away. Now we're at gaming. Alright, now you see Buster. Alright, so once again, we must look at our options, because I forget. Alright, cheer Olivia on gives her a point. Also, this music is so fun. Let's go! Yeah, let me put this on somewhere else. There we go. If you guys saw my schedule this week, I took this image. We're high on lean right now. Alright. If man come from monkeys, then how does Coach Solly exist? Big hugs. I WANI hug. And this one is the snoot game one. So I'll take this one just for fun. Don't say anything, you're completely incoherent. Thank you, funny gator girl on wheels. Heh, incoherent. That's my name. There we go. Alright. So, I believe so far Inko only has 1 point. Okay, how does Inko get points? Because there's a total of 5. So... yeah, so the Gator Girl... Now this. We missed one already. Then there's the right... we're not... okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah. I need to focus on finishing... actually, I don't even need this point. I could just... I could stay as low as possible. Say, I only need 1 point for Inko. It's really just Olivia that needs to be maxed. Or near maxed. This school has really helped me learn a lot, sir. I respect the efforts of the students and faculty alike for their efforts in making me feel welcome. It's much more fun than my old school, at least. Wow, you might as well ask him for a letter of recommendation already. Huh? That's not how I was doing, Olivia. Olivia doesn't respond to me, instead of laughing quietly to herself. I'll keep that in mind. The Leviathan finishes jotting down something on his clipboard, finally turning to the principal scaler. Alright. Alright, now the argument. Chase scene. Alright. So, to get Olivia a point, we have to not take the keys. However, I'll save that for ending 4 since I've never done this before, and ending 4 is probably going to be my most developed. So, we're taking the key. Surprised I didn't use the dolly. Always use dollies, don't break your back. There we go. I want to find true love. Alright, out on our date. Alright, let's take the full caldera kebab because this choice doesn't matter. Alright. I can't decide who's right, you're both my friends. Now Inko is not getting any points except for 1. You know, this graph doesn't actually factor in if you have 0 points. So, alright. Not until you're better. Okay, we should be approaching ending 2 soon. Couple more choices. Alright, so, for Olivia. And this is for Inko. Ben has the right idea, guys. I wish for... Man, this scene broke me the first time around. It's like to think the author likes scalies? Oh, what gives that away, huh? I don't know why it's just randomly stopping. This is... okay, the Bakugan. The balls. Brush. The tooth. Alright, leave her be. Promise. I think she accepts that as she lets herself slump. Ah, here we go. Falls over me as I recount the events of the last few days. Balls. But yes, so now we're gonna start seeing new stuff. I think that was the last choice. Yeah. Now we're in the end game. See, so we've shown support. We didn't take the we took the key. Cheered Olivia on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh, hold on, are we missing a point here? I might have fucked up. No, invite to join back outside. I don't know why it's not listed here, but okay, so we have 3 points. We did that one. We did that one. We didn't do that one. We did that one. No, we didn't do that one. Yeah, so we have 3 points. So we just barely made it, actually. Oh my god, I should have been more careful. Okay. I move to speak, but an overwhelming feeling of exhaustion falls over me as I recount the events of the last few days. While Mia was completely out of line the whole way through, it's true that we provoked her into doing what she did. If we had just come to Scalar about this earlier, none of this would have happened. So, doesn't that put some of the blame on us? I look over at Mia, who's currently staring at me with an intimidating glare. I quickly shift my gaze back to Ben, who seems to be offering me a supportive smile. Fine, I don't want to make this any bigger than it already is. I only blinded Mia with the camera flash because I thought she was hurting Olivia. We were scared, so we ran away, and there wasn't any time to explain the situation. It was just a big misunderstanding, Mrs. Scalar, that's all. Right. As Scalar considers my explanation, Ben shifts toward me and pats me on the back. His gesture of support is contrasted by the evil grin painted on the face of the Crimson Devil towering behind him. We all stand in silence as we await a verdict. Ahem. The principal stands directly in front of us, now with an unreadable expression. In addition to the report itself, our Yatacon left behind his account of what happened. In it, he describes Mia's action as openly hostile and intentional. Could you blame her? She couldn't see anything, and she was in a lot of pain. In either case, it seems both parties are in agreement as to what happened. Yatacon didn't mention a motive in his report for some reason, but I suppose that clears it up. Besides, making a big deal out of this during the audit isn't such a good idea. Principal Scalar looks ready to object to the line of thinking, but ultimately says nothing. Now, I would like to give the benefit of the doubt, especially at a time like this, but given the extent of the destruction, I don't feel I can do that. It would bring me no greater relief than to have you off my mind for a few days, Miss Moretti. But given both of your classmates' statements, you may not be fully to blame. I think a week of Saturday detentions to assist with cleaning up the hallway is in order. Huh? Miss Scalar, if I may? The principal sighs and nods. I spoke with the janitors about it. They all agreed that it could be done in a single day if they have enough hands. And they all have plans for December. It wouldn't be fair to bring them in and cancel their leave. Miss Scalar growls and rubs her temples. Right. In that case, Mia, Inko, you'll both get 1 Saturday detention to help repair the hallway. You are expected to arrive at 10 a.m. sharp and work on cleaning up the mess you made. Now, if the 3 of you don't mind, please leave me be. I have more important things to focus on. She doesn't even look up at any of us. I turn towards Ben, who looks absolutely relieved. And Mia, who looks positively overjoyed. She skips out of the office without another word, leaving both Ben and I to stare blankly at each other for a few seconds. Eventually, we shuffle out of the room together. Well, I guess that's it. Damn it, I've never gotten detention before, but I find it hard to care much anyway. I just want to go home or go see Olivia again. Inko, are you okay? My head turns half-heartedly toward Ben. No, not really. Look, man, I'm really sorry for what happened back there. But thanks for helping me out. I didn't want to make a big deal out of this since me and Olivia are both struggling. Speaking of Olivia, is she doing alright? She's at home right now. Well, you ought to comfort her. She's going through a lot right now. You think I don't know that? I know you are, too. You could use each other, especially after what happened. I'm already going to see her after school. That's good. I have to go, but thanks again, Inko. You really did me a solid here. Besides, detention isn't all that bad, and it's not going to appear on your record. I can make sure of that. Huh. Thanks, Ben. Don't mention it. With a smile, the student council president nods at me and turns to leave. Before long, it's just me standing in the empty hallway outside of the office. It's only lunch, and I already want to go home and fall asleep. At least Damien and Liz are probably waiting for me. After school, I look back to the metro. Yeah, okay, now we can skip a bit. Oh, never mind. After school, I took the metro back home to shower and put on some new clothes. As it turns out, my parents really were on a business trip for the weekend, as I indicated by sticking it on the fridge. Huh. Well, I'm back at the Paynes regardless. Randy opens the front door to let me in. Oh, there you are. Damien mentioned that you'd be coming over later. Hey, Randy. Say, Inko, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind shoveling the snow off of the driveway when you can. Would really appreciate it, and I'll even pay you a couple bucks for it. Ah, no need for the payment, sir. Thanks for letting me come out unannounced again. Thanks a bunch, really. As Randy leaves, I collapse onto the couch and let my head rest against the comforter. God, that whole thing with Ben and Mio really took a lot out of me. The weight of my heavy thoughts drag my head sideways until I can see Olivia's bedroom door. My eyes linger there as I consider getting up to see her, or just giving her some time to come out. She has to know I'm here now, right? She probably does. She also probably doesn't want to do her silly knee walk thing again. I wonder how mad she'd be if I caught it on camera. Presence then cuts off my view before sitting right next to me. Hey, you alright, Inky? You're kinda out of it at lunch. For a moment, I considered telling Damien about what happened. But honestly, the last thing I want to do is bring this sort of drama into what I could consider my safe haven. Yeah, I'm alright, Damien. Just had a rough time at school, and I'm hoping to take my mind off of it. Ah, that's pretty understandable. I mean, what with everything that's been going on and all. If only you knew. In an attempt to comfort me, Damien pats my shoulder. Damien's such a bro. I love Damien. Tell you what, I'll finish up my homework, and then we can chill over a game of Rock Ring or something. That sound good? Yeah, that sounds good. Sweet! Alone again. My stomach is aflutter with butterflies as I get up from the couch. Olivia's room is just a couple steps away, and each one stirs the butterflies even more. Once I reach it, I feel like I'm in the shadow of a colossal monolith. Come on, Inko, you just gotta knock. Damn it, arm, just lift up! Stop shaking! I'm awake, Uncle Randy. It's me, Olivia. I hear a quiet shuffling before Olivia speaks up, more loudly this time. Inko? Yeah, are you okay? Decent? Damn you, brain. Can I come in? Yeah, just watch your step. Watch my step? My hand is still shaking as it makes contact with the knob. With a deep, calming breath, the butterflies finally start slowing down and I'm able to push the door open. And see blackness. Olivia? The room is extremely dark. The only source of light is coming in from the entryway. I have to take my sunglasses off in an attempt to see through the darkness better. Olivia, the heck happened here? Why is it so dark? I make out Olivia's shape in her bed. It's a long story. Come sit on the bed. Don't you have a lamp? Can't you turn it on? I don't want to ruin it. Is darkness really that necessary for whatever this is? Yes! Alright, jeez. I take a few careful steps forward and stub my toe on the edge of the bed. I fall forward onto it, crunching into something. Fuck. Shit, Inko! Are you alright? Yeah, I have a better view now. Olivia sits in the middle of her bed, wrapped in her blanket. Surrounding her are piles and stacks of her old drawings and sketchbooks through the years. They are arranged in rings around her, and I've fallen out into the outer ring. Whoops. Oh crap, sorry. Get up, get up! I carefully lift back up. There's not too much damage. Olivia shoos me off that part of the bed. What is all this? Actually, how is it so dark to begin with? Don't you have a wind? I can explain. Please do. Olivia inhales deeply. After you left, I had some time to really think. It was just me and my thoughts, alone. Maybe a little too alone. Something within me just needed to come out. I just felt this need to... Well, I was inspired to do this. Some act of defiance against the world, or something. I'm still figuring it all out. I feel kind of bad now, just leaving you all alone here. Sorry. I could have called out sick or something. There's no need to feel bad, though. I really needed this. Cause after I got everything set up, I got to thinking. And I had all day to do it. Yatacon put in a lot of effort on me. He wouldn't be proud of me throwing a pity party for myself. So all this, I'm getting it out of my system. They're called performance pieces when someone does this sort of thing. It's all I can do, but I think it's enough. A performance piece? Olivia, this is amazing. You're able to keep striving onward with your work. Thanks. I mean it, you're not missing a beat, not letting what happened get you down. And here I've been all day all gloomy. I admire it. I guess you're right, that's one way of looking at it. Do you want to come out of the into the living room? No, I think I want to stay here a while longer. It still hurts. Alright. I squeeze her hand and head back to her door. I'll be out here for a while then. She nods and shuts the lamp off again. I shut the door and sit back on the couch. A performance piece? I never would have thought of that. Man, that really is something else. Inky! Oh, hey Vinny. I have had Vinny and Damien, the two brothers entering the living room from behind me. I guess their room is back there. Man, do I have great timing or what? I take a moment to consider what he means when Vinny plants himself right in front of the television and begins pulling something from the cabinet underneath. Oh, you mean it's game time then? Yeah man, it's game time. Damien takes the spot right next to his brother and helps him in setting up the large squat block of a console. Man, that thing looks pretty old. And huge. Okay, we're all set. The controller is tossed into my lap, and I marvel at just how large it is. Thanks, Damien. But I'm not much of a gamer. In fact, I've never actually played anything more than some Flash games online. Nah, it's cool. We could play something simple till you get used to it, or... I don't want to be a bother, Damien. I'll be fine just watching for now. That's weird, Inky. You're weird. Bro, chill. Give Inky some time. He'll be playing once he sees how awesome it is. The young boy nods and focuses back on the screen. The screen flashes to a menu screen of some kind. Reclining deeper into the couch, I allow my mind to drift. I don't know how long my brain was off, only that it came back when I heard the telltale noise of a door hinge opening. Looking in the direction of the noise, I see Olivia on her knees, casually shuffling along the floor to the couch. Hey, Olivia. The game pauses when I say that, and the two brothers also wave at her. Hey guys, dinner ready yet? Almost, little ace. Almost, little ace. Any shout came from the kitchen. When did he get there? Man, I must have spaced out for a while. A quick check on my phone says I've been in deep thoughts for at least an hour. Whew, okay, the fish is ready, you guys. Fish? But I didn't hear any cooking. And I don't smell anything. You kids coming? Just a sec. Olivia and Vinny follow after Randy's voice without a word, while Damien quickly pauses his game and sets the controller aside before motioning me to join them. I push myself up and trudge toward the kitchen. Inside, the Payne family is hurrying to sit at the dining room table. Even Olivia is struggling to help herself up onto the chair, but a hand from Damien pulls her up. On the dining room table sits a silver tray covered in raw fish, wasabi, bottles of soy sauce, and slices of ginger. Sushi. Or sashimi. Ever have sashimi, Inko? I'm actually very familiar with it. I'm surprised at my sudden turn of luck. Many times, actually. My family orders stuff like this on the weekends a lot. Hey, that's great to hear. Well, don't just stand there. Feel free to join us. I eagerly take a seat, starting to feel slightly rejuvenated. Everybody begins to pass out plates to one another, and we all pluck pieces of salmon from the tray and place them onto our plates. 5 minutes in, and everybody is enjoying the fish. Can't help but notice, nobody else is eating properly, though. They soak their fish in soy sauce, and the ginger seems to be eaten at random rather than used as a palate cleanser. They just wantonly eat this delicious meal like that? Actually, you're eating the food wrong. I raise my voice to get the attention of everybody at the table. You know you're supposed to be using the wasabi and soy sauce on the same piece of fish, right? On the opposite sides, like this. I offer a demonstration. No kidding, good to know. The ginger slices are supposed to be eaten between pieces as a way of cleansing your palate and aiding digestion. Come on, who has time? Plus, I like the taste. If you're going to eat traditional food, you should eat it the right way. Damien smirks at me, and I can tell neither he nor Vinny has bothered to listen to what I have to say. At least Randy and Sophia have at least tried out the technique, albeit sloppily. And Olivia's looking at me with a bit of a pout on her face. What's wrong? We're not at a restaurant, Inko. Let them eat however they want. That's what I'm saying. But the correct way ensures a balanced flavor. Maybe, but there's no accounting for taste, you know? Techniques is the most important part of food like this. In some cases, it's even deadly if you don't follow careful instructions. We're not eating pufferfish. Ever heard of fugu sashimi? It's made from pufferfish, and if you don't prepare it right, it can be deadly. Good thing we're not eating pufferfish then. Well, yeah, but it's the idea behind it. You're welcome to eat it however you want. Just let us enjoy the food, okay? Fine. Olivia gives me an earnest smile before returning to her fish. It's a little disappointing to hear, especially since they don't get to eat this kind of food very often. It's kind of a waste if they don't eat it right. My god. You can tell the Inko is not developed, and Olivia has already. After dinner, Olivia, the Payne brothers, and I are all back in the living room. On the TV screen, two large robot-looking figures fire at one another with automatic weapons. Nope. No one bothered to keep track of time. We were all too enraptured by the pixelated entertainment before us. Two large robots. Is this a video game or is this TV? Are we watching Gundam? Because I know Olivia's a Gundam fan. Which is how I'd missed my last chance home. Mrs. Payne didn't look too upset though. In fact, I think they expect me to spend the night again. Especially with how Randy had been so quick to pull out some blankets and pillows for me. Both of the parents insisted I stay, and it's not like I could realistically walk home. So, once again, I'm staying over, and currently sat at the foot of a couch with Olivia, and we're both bundled up to stave off the chilly winter night. The soft, growling purr that Olivia makes when she's content has become almost therapeutic to me. So, how are you feeling? I really enjoy spending time with everyone like this. Thank you for being here, Inko. I feel a lot better knowing you're with me. Same here. Her palm wraps around my left hand, and I give her a reassuring smile. In all honesty, I should probably go to bed now. Don't want to be tired and sad, you know. Yeah, I get it. Well, you could always join me in my room. I couldn't. Randy would kill me. Yeah, you're right. No Gator Gussie. You want to help me up? Oh, yeah, sure. With some careful movements and support of her tail, I help Olivia shuffle herself towards her room. I narrowly avoid stubbing my toe again as I set her down on the bed, and she quickly wraps herself in blankets. See you in the morning, Inko. You too. I quickly make my exit and close the door behind me, eager to hide the growing blush on my face. At this rate, I don't think I'll ever get used to this whole romance thing. Either way, I head back to the living room and fall on the couch, getting ready to pass out. All in all, today was pretty good. Mornings in the Payne residence were lively to say the least. Yeah, we could skip that. As always, it's top-of-the-line content. Oh. Yeah, so we're browsing our phone. As always, it's top-of-the-line content. It's simply great how much can be done now with social networks, really giving a voice to the people. I consider sharing it with the others, but I don't want to ruin their fun. Alright. I hear the nearby door. Out crawls a tired Gator, rubbing the sleep from her eyes. She helps herself up on the couch. Morning, sleepyhead. Welcome back to the land of the living. Morning, Livia. Olivia, eyes still closed, mumbles on what sounds like a good morning. Sleep well? Kinda. Couldn't fall asleep until 2 in the morning. Damien and Vinny start shouting in victory as the home team gets the final score. What a slap shot! Heard the excitement in the room. Watching hockey again? Sophia settles herself onto the recliner, opening up her laptop. Oh, the school's weekly newsletter just came in. Turn down the volume, Damien? Sure thing. We could skip this. Damien is only half joking about us going to the winter formal, and that's definitely a good idea. Actually, I turn to Olivia and give her my undivided attention. Yes? Well, I was thinking, you and me and all. My head tilts in confusion. Yes? Ben? A frustrated growl emanates from her clenched maw. You, me, somewhere, together. What? As her annoyance grows visibly on her face, I can't help but shy away. I fear she's going to snap. Whoa! My back hits the rug on the floor roughly as Olivia hovers over me on her hands and knees. Olivia? You, me, together, go somewhere. Wait, does she mean, like, a date? Yes! Oh. I'd never been on a date, and I only know what I've seen in movies and shows and stuff. Well, we are a couple now, and so this would be a regular thing. Right? Sure, yeah, a date sounds, good. Her tail waves happily behind her, and her annoyed face finally melts away into smug satisfaction. So, where do you want to go then? Oh, I've got some ideas. Okay. And you'll definitely love them. Of course. And I promise it won't be anything crazy expensive. I don't mind, Olivia. Yeah, get it. It's very good. I've skipped a lot of emotional scenes, but if you think you're gonna like this, get it. Great. Perfect. She lowers herself onto me, wrapping her arms around me in a powerful hug that threatens my lungs and spine. I do my best to return the hug, but at best it comes as me kind of petting her back with both hands. It seems to be enough though, as I feel the rumbling purr she emits. Shut up, we're having a moment, Damien. Yeah, a moment in the living room. Shouldn't you have it on your actual date? Snoot Game is free. So you should go for Snoot Game first. I think you can find it online easily. Like I said, it's free. And if you like Snoot Game, you'll definitely like this. If you don't like Snoot Game, you might still like this, because it's a bit less edgy, but at least if you don't like Snoot Game for its edginess. No, I'm making up for lost time. What? Nothing. Shut up. You shut up too. Okay. I'm too busy enjoying the feeling of her purring atop of me anyway. The rest of our day was spent in that living room, crowded around the old TV. At first, Olivia kept playing a few games, but after a while, she swapped it over to a comedy channel on cable. It was pretty fun to relax a while, take our mind off things, and chuckle every now and again at some bozo getting pranked in public. Pranked! When the sun began to set, though, I decided I should head home. I needed a shower and change of clothes, and both of Damien's parents were still out. It felt bad when I left Damien's place that night. Or rather, I felt bad looking at Olivia as I walked away from his house. His house? Hold on a second. His house? What? It only grew worse as I went from the metro to my quiet neighborhood and ultimately our empty home. Seeing the small pile of letters at the front door made me realize what that feeling was. Loneliness. Maybe I should have just waited to ask the Paints if I could have spent the entire weekend. If I did that, would I be overstaying my welcome? I don't want to abuse their hospitality after all. Ding! Withdrawing my phone from my pocket, I see that Olivia just sent me a new doodle. It was nice having you over. Despite the coldness in the house, Olivia's message brings some warmth to my heart. I had fun. Hopefully I can come over again soon.
Still figuring out where we can go for our date.
Take your time, we have at least a week. Kicking my door closed, I head for my computer so I can continue talking to her online. Occasionally, I search online for any forum or blog updates while she's gushing over her favorite anime. I lose track of how much time we spend instant messaging and sharing videos, but by the time I check my computer's clock, I realize it's past midnight. Shoot, I'm going to be exhausted tomorrow. Totally worth it. Next few days went by without much fanfare. By the time I knew it, the weekend had already passed and I was back to my usual weekday routine. Go to school, do the work, hang out with Olivia, and then head back home. As much as I felt compelled to check in on her after school, I didn't want to become intrusive. Besides, Olivia and I still talked over text and online anyway, and she said she was getting by just fine. Once Friday finally comes around again though, I find myself lounging on the Payne's couch with Olivia. Initially, she had called me over to show off her new wheelchair. And who was I to say no? Oops. Whoa. Whee! Woohoo! Watching her do donuts in the living room till she was exhausted was certainly entertaining and a good demonstration of how nice the new chair was. Man, I love rotating 2D images. But now it sat abandoned in the middle of the room, while Olivia sprawled across the rest of the couch with her head laid across my lap. My hand runs across her back, eliciting more of those sweet gator purrs of hers. Though the relaxing mood ends with when the purrs stop and she speaks up.
I've been thinking of our date, Inko.
Oh? Do tell.
The annual Vol Caldera Modernist Expressionist Art Showcase. I've only been there a few times with Yotacon on school trips. I figured we could check it out.
Modernist Expressionist? Can't even envision what that style would be like. Huh, that certainly sounds experimental.
I know! I can't wait to see what new ways people have to express their ideas. I'd love to see if I could meld it into my own work.
Their thirst for artistic knowledge is certainly commendable. Yeah, sure, that sounds like fun.
Perfect, trust me, Inko, it'll be a great experience for the both of us.
I'm excited to see it. For the rest of the afternoon, Olivia shows off more of her video game collection. She even convinces me to play a few rounds of one of her favorite party games. I still suck pretty bad at all of this, but it was fun. Saturday morning, the big day's here. Olivia started sending me restless texts after midnight. Honestly, I was pretty excited too, so I stayed up with her for a while. She sent excited ideas and doodles of her plans for the day, and they became increasingly unhinged and wobbly until I had to convince her to go to bed. Man, she's cute. Anyway, it's only about 10 in the morning. I'm left sorting through a dozen or so reminder texts from Olivia, like she's afraid I'll forget. I realized too late that I don't have much time to get ready, so I skip breakfast, get dressed, and head out to the door. Apparently, Olivia studied the metro schedule, so she'll be in the same cabin that comes to pick me up. It's a pretty nice day out, especially for a trip to the city. Despite the sun shining in blue skies, the air is brisk enough for a light jacket. Hopefully the showcase is heated well. Before long, the metro comes sliding into the station and reaches a halt.
Inko, over here!
Olivia waves me over after we spot each other. Hey, Olivia.
Inko, did you get my text?
Yes, all 50 of them. You already know which stop we're getting off at.
I have it memorized. I scouted out the whole place online. It's not far from South Vol Caldera Central.
Heck yeah. Anything in particular you're looking forward to seeing?
Yeah. It said this place has a whole section dedicated to expressionism.
Uh-huh.
You don't know what that means, do you?
Nope, I just click pretty pictures with my magic expensive talent box.
Alright, I'll tell you the absolute basics. The art genres for dummy, goofy, little silly billies.
That's your worst one yet.
Hush.
Olivia smiles to herself, gathering her thoughts.
Modernism tends to be more abstract, so you're going to see a lot of attempts at high concept stuff. Some of it is going to completely miss the mark, so don't think too hard about the meaning. If you don't get the gist of it in less than a minute, chances are it's just pretentious.
Right, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, so expressionism as an art form is focused on evoking specific emotions or feelings in the viewer. And as predominantly post-war style, it really strives to capture the visual and elements of dissociation, fear, and even death.
The next thing I remember is being pulled by the hand off the train.
Alright, we're close. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you for coming with me.
Ha! Yeah, no problem.
Come on, we got all day and I'm not wasting a second of it.
Olivia drags me out of the metro down to the custom paved walkway. This part of town is sure is different. It's just on the outskirts of the downtown area with skyscrapers looming overhead mere blocks away. Very city-like, but also very lush with plants and landscaping. Just close enough to the business that the wealth is shared, but not enough so it's invaded by regulated concrete offices. There's more suburbs nearby as well. The place we're going to may as well be a city center with how close it is to normal life. It's a standard of living I could certainly get used to. The McMansion we live in is fine, but this sort of thing really appeals to me. The McMansion. The standard rich bourgeois. I'm imagining starting a family here.
Inko!
Whoops, did you say something?
We're almost here, look!
Olivia jabs her finger at a building ahead of us on the walkway. Surrounded by a wide open field stands a vaguely modernist-looking building. The structure and overall design makes it seem like the building itself is a part of the exhibit, while also not being too intrusive with the surrounding architecture. And the door doesn't budge.
Huh?
Olivia impatiently tries pulling the door open again. Trying to jerk it open, it clunks uselessly.
What the fuck?
Olivia, the sign? It opens at 10. My phone says it's only 9:30.
But...
She's interrupted by a low rumbling noise and a dusting of red blooms on her cheeks. Olivia? Did you just wake up and rush into the metro without breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, I can't blame you. I was excited and forgot to eat as well.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. There's a local cafe just across the street. Gesture at it. I gesture at it. Come on, let's get out of the cold.
Okay.
Breakfast. Olivia was doing a good job of ignoring the chills, but she gave a deep sigh of relief once we entered the warm cafe. We order breakfast with hot chocolate and take a seat near the window. Hey, hot chocolate, let's go. Olivia takes her first warm sip and melts into her chair. For a while, we just rest quietly. She looks back to the gallery building.
One other reason I wanted to go here?
I
need to give a speech at the formal for Yotacon. Something that'd make him proud. Something that'd do him justice.
Oh.
I heard some of his earlier work ended up here. I wanted to see it.
That's a very thoughtful idea, Olivia. Do you really think it's here?
It better be. It better be.
Olivia blows into her hot chocolate, and then takes a deep, careful sip. With the early morning lighting and the building in the back, it sets a delicately somber mood. A young lady taking a moment to herself from the elements outside. No, not letting this chance escape me. Hey, stay still for a second.
Do
that again. I want to save this. The red creeps back across her cheeks. The coloring only enhances the potential shot before me. I left my camera and carefully back away from Olivia, surveying the shot from all angles.
Will you hurry up?
Shh! Just go back to the hot cocoa, Olivia.
It's weird, Inko. You're being weird.
Though she said that, Olivia does return to savoring the warm drink slowly. It's as her lips finally touch against the cup that the shot is perfect. My camera clicks in rapid succession, capturing the entire moment of her delicate sip. Even her soft sigh after, and the scarlet on her cheeks growing more and more and...
Inko!
Sorry, Oliv. Got the shot. Returning to the table, I turned to display her way so she could see the best of the 15 shots. Her face practically explodes with embarrassment as she draws her hoodie up to hide it. Cute. You look great, Olivia.
Shut it. Do you really think so?
Absolutely. You're more photogenic than you think, Olivia. With an annoyed huff, she pulls her hoodie back.
You suck at compliments, Inko.
Even as she said that, her smile speaks even louder. Olivia looks back out again.
Is that? Oh, yes, people are going in. Come on, let's go.
I nod and put my things away. Olivia's already out the door while I throw out the trash. Alright, for real this time. Art gallery, here we come. The door swings wide open this time, granting us access to the treasures within. Upon entering the hall, it feels as though we're transported into a new world. One I've experienced before, the Nouveau Riche world. My footsteps and the quiet creaking of Olivia's wheelchair echo through the halls. There's already a few others, some older folks and college students. We're definitely the youngest people here. Olivia waves me to come close and speaks in a quiet voice.
Alright, they got sculptures over that way, and those are cool, but what I'm looking for is the regular painting halls. Which should be...
She looks around a bit and jabs a finger down a corridor.
That way.
Got it. I wheel her down the direction she picked and into a large room. It's definitely what she was looking for. Paintings adorn the wall, evenly spaced apart and displayed with all the relevant information. If Yatakon's work is anywhere, it'll be here. We start searching, and man, this building is beautiful. I end up taking a lot of shots. Olivia was a bit nervous, and made it very clear if I used flash even once, she'd nibble my arm off. I'm taking shots of Olivia looking around the building itself, the occasional sculpture or painting I find neat. This is really fun. We definitely got to make this a reoccurring thing. At some points, Olivia stops and talks with one of the other visitors. She's actually hitting it off pretty good, introducing herself. Ah, I see. She even gets to make a couple connections to local artists. Yeah, she was talking about that earlier with Liz, but this is the first time this actually bears any kind of fruition. A few even give her a business card. Didn't know artists used those. And the art itself... Some of the paintings are beautiful landscapes. Some more abstract. Might be that modernism thing Olivia bum-rushed me with the one on the way here. Some, though, are just trash. Overly pretentious, just warped ugly figures of meaningless arrangements of colors. Ugh, I could do better than this. Olivia stares a bit at some of them. Don't know what for. As far as I know, a lot of this stuff is just used in money laundering. We search on and on, but none of the paintings we see are by Yatakon. Even after an hour, even after splitting up to check some of the smaller rooms, we find nothing. Eventually, we take a break in the main hall. Even the benches here are sleek. So far, all the modern art stuff have been... To be honest, they felt like absurd jokes. Between very questionably shaped statues to just objects glued onto hanging canvases. What, you don't like the banana? The banana that's taped to the wall? It's all just bizarre to me. So, no luck?
Nope.
We watch a small group. What the fuck? What the hell? Yo, low poly rotating toilet. Let's go. We watch a small group bickering before a stone relief. Oh wait, I think I know this art piece. Of a toilet. A very nice toilet, but still. My foot jostles Olivia's empty chair before us, which we've used as a makeshift table for all our stuff.
Say, Inko.
There's a glint of mischief in her silver eyes. She motions me close and whispers her idea into my ear. I feel my own mischievous grin start to form. With a nod of agreement, my hands reach for the handlebars of Olivia's chair. 10 minutes later.
Must be a statement against modern industrial pharmaceutical companies.
No. Clearly a display of the isolation of the average artist today. Our makeshift hand puppets drop as we laugh, watching as a pair of suit-wearing 30-something debate over my camera sat in Olivia's wheelchair on the other end of the room. We're sat together, leaning heavily on each other as we eagerly keep an eye on our own little artistic display. The skibbity toilet with the gyat and the riz. On the other end of the hall, just a normal, unassuming couple taking a breather and enjoying each other's company. On the other end, in front of a blank section of wall, A lone wheelchair sits with a camera carefully placed on its seat. It was Olivia's idea. She's a genius. Every few minutes, a patron will come waltzing down the hall and take a pause to stare at it. Like it's the most profound thing they've ever seen. When some journalist-looking guy took a knee to get a picture, it took all we had to not burst into laughter. It worked on everyone that passed by. Without fail. Every time. Eventually the flow of people slows down, and I feel Olivia squeeze my hand. You okay?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun.
Sorry we haven't found what you're looking for yet.
It's fine. I'm still seeing a lot of neat stuff. It does kind of suck it's probably not here, though.
Yeah, I hear ya. You got some new buddies, I saw.
Yeah, we're not the only artists here right now. One of them was here to check her work, since it was recently displayed.
Wow.
There's a lot of great stuff here.
Nice, I'm glad.
I really like the...
Huh? Oh, what have we here? It's an older woman who called out to us, approaching with a serpentine look in her eyes. From her elegant sequin dress to her bright golden heels that click with each step, I can only guess that she's some important figure here.
Wait, ma'am, would you be...
Olivia's excited words are cut off by the well-dressed woman, now standing right before us and sporting a simple smile. Yes, Alina Scarborough. I own and operate this gallery. It's a pleasure to meet you, your acquaintance, Miss Scarborough. Oh, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Miss Scarborough. I thought that was her still talking. Okay. I was like, wait. The rehearsed words come out so easily. All those garden parties I'd attended having helped me learn the proper etiquette. I'm Incognito, and she's Olivia Halford. You two are awfully young. Are you two on a date? Yes, ma'am. Olivia blushes a bit at how confidently I say it. Oh, I hear of all places. What piqued your curiosity, if I may ask? I'm working towards becoming a photographer myself, and today was all Olivia's idea. I could see that the SLR you have certainly brings back some memories. Olivia straightens her posture with confidence.
I'm an aspiring artist, Miss Scarborough.
Please, Alina is just fine.
Right, Alina. I wanted to learn more about the current art world, and there's a particular art piece I'd like to see here.
Alina nods.
Is there anything here by Trent Yotacon?
Yotacon. That's definitely a unique name. One I haven't heard in a long time, and one I couldn't possibly forget.
You mean...
Yes, I'm certain we have some work from him still around. Would you like me to lead the way?
Yes, please.
I believe it's a bit far on the other end of the facility. I could see how it'd be easy to miss. It's a bit hidden away in one of the smaller rooms. Come. She stops mid-turn.
Huh. I don't remember that being installed.
Interesting. Hey. Oh. Well, aren't you two rambunctious? Well played. Sorry, Alina. Don't be sorry. Being little rascals is what a lot of art is all about. Oh, I like her. Come, it's this way. I start pushing Olivia, following the gallery owner. Olivia motions me to come close and whispers in my ear. I like her. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She's fun, yeah. Alina surrounds a corner and clears her throat again. So, Olivia?
Yes, ma'am?
I saw you're looking to be a better artist. Do you mean professionally?
Yes, actually.
That's wonderful. I'd love to see your work sometime. If it's good enough, we can even feature it here someday.
Really?
Oh, yes. This place is a great way for our local artists to be supported. Why is that?
The building in my business is a non-profit, yes? But artists can choose to display their work for commercial purposes. A substantial amount here is for sale, and all the money goes to the artists.
A substantial amount? Maybe Olivia would appreciate some memorabilia for today.
Wow. That's amazing. I'm definitely interested.
Great.
I didn't even know there was a place like this.
Do you know of the other advantages that could work for you then?
Advantages? No, I don't.
The gallery only takes out a small tablet, tapping lightly on the display until she presents a digital flyer to Olivia.
Yes,
Yes, there are several organizations that support disabled artists, from simple connections up to running their own exclusive events. If you want, I could pass her name around to some of the busybodies that tend to show up to poach up-and-coming artists. I can't help but cock an eyebrow at her tone, or how she used the word poach. Olivia must have thought similarly as she shook her head.
No thank you. I need to be an artist that's good enough on my own. And I need to be an artist that Yata-kan would be proud of. Without any crutches. I'd be a terrible student if I did.
Oh, you knew Yata-kan. I should have figured.
How's he doing these days?
Oh,
Yata-kan's passed away.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My condolences. Was he important to you? Olivia was a student.
I understand. I only knew him decades ago. His work was superb. But I didn't know he had an apprentice.
Oh, are you his apprentice? Miss Alina, a moment, please.
Abraham, I'm in the middle of... What is it?
The shipment is here. They need you to sign right away.
Oh, of all the timing. I'm so sorry, you two. This will only take a moment.
Yes, Alina. She points down into a room next to us.
It's right in there.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll be right back, I promise.
You good?
Yeah, let's go see it.
We entered the small display room. The lights are kept intentionally dimmer in this room to create a calmer atmosphere. All along the walls are more paintings, and there's a lone bench in the center of the room. Which one is Yata-kan's? Maybe there's more than one.
Here it is!
I caught up to her. The name on the painting is unmistakable. That one's interesting. Why does that one kind of look like... I don't know if this is Leaf or Hair, but this kind of looks like Alex from Yeek or Y2K. Like with that little hair there. This is a Jim Carrey Green Man. I don't know what this is, but they're all silly faces. I caught up to her. Yeah. Trent Yata-kan, age 19, alma mater, St. Hammond High School, or alma mater. And then the painting itself, an elaborate depiction of a dino, twisted and warped stylistically. I can't tell if it's mocking or what. And it's part of a set. There's a half dozen of its type on the walls here. Huh.
It's the real thing. Wow. They're amazing. But what is it? Didn't I tell you on the way over? Yata-kan's early work was expressionist portraits. He made these when he was just a year older than I am now. Some of these are historical figures, some are just people he knew personally. A few are just an everyman. They're made in a very special way. The portraits show the persons distorted in unique ways, based on that person's life and Yata-kan's opinions of them.
Uh-huh. Are they in praise of the people depicted, or critical?
People would get into arguments over that. If they were satirical caricatures, with a little too much effort put into them, or if they were in praise, showing people's lives as truly a part of them, through the brilliant brushwork. But he never said.
I wonder why.
If you ask me, I think it's both. It's not about how good or bad he wanted to depict people. It's a brutal sincerity, an urge to embrace their flaws and strengths together. People either disregarded one or the other in their interpretations. It's like he recreated the proverbial half glass of water. Amazing, right?
I think? Honestly, to me, it just sort of looks like ironically ugly distortions of characters painted in a very skilled way. I like your interpretation. It's really deep.
Thanks.
In all honesty, I don't understand what the purpose of these paintings are. Swirling some colors around a person's head doesn't do much to express their personality. I wonder what people would say about Olivia's paintings if they were hung up here. Will she even get the chance? It's a lot harder to get into the mainstream nowadays than it was when Yatacon was her age. Speaking of... Hey, Olivia?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you reject Alina's offer earlier?
I said already, I want to be good enough artist without that stuff. If I'm Yatacon's legacy, I need to live up to his accomplishments.
Yatacon didn't need any benefits to get where he was, so I shouldn't either. Are you sure? Olivia cocks an eyebrow. It's just a kickstart to your career. It's a safety net. It's a guarantee that later you can live up to his skill. It's a better chance to even surpass his acclaim.
But it's not what I want. Yatacon passed on what he knew to me. It's not right to take the easy way up. Besides, I don't want to be shoehorned into some niche category simply because I was born into it.
And what of your own legacy, eventually? What happens if he just can't find another big break like that? He wouldn't be able to pass on what he taught you to someone else. Isn't that scary?
It's terrifying.
Her words shook as she said that.
You make a good point, but...
Olivia's eyes look at Yatacon's name on the wall, which seems to fill her with courage.
For now, I'll just think about it, alright?
The loud clicking on heels causes Olivia and I to look toward the entrance of the room.
Did you two find it? Oh, excellent. Yes, Selena, we found it. Ah, I just love this set. Who doesn't love a good bit of critical analysis?
Did you get what you wanted?
Yes, I think I did. I needed to see the real thing. Thanks, Alina.
Of course. I'm glad to help. Is there anything else you needed? Actually, Alina. Is this set for sale?
The set here?
Now that I think about it, it was. Although the price was pretty high, I think he only wanted the money if it were really substantial. If you two know him, I could lower it for you to be something more reasonable. I think he would want that. I think it'd be nice to get at least one for Olivia.
Inko?
Huh? She tugs at my sleeve.
No, please don't. They're right where they need to be.
But you just said everyone else doesn't get it.
Even so, I wanted to stay here where everyone could see it. I could never keep it to myself, like it's some kind of personal keepsake. Please, Inko, don't.
Okay. Sorry, just thought you'd appreciate it.
Thanks for thinking of me, but no.
Okay. I take Olivia's hand, her tense claws slowly receding.
How much longer will these stay up?
Oh, indefinitely, probably. People do really like the work, they just can't afford it. I suppose if someone does buy it now, his next of kin would get the money. I should contact them and make sure that that sort of thing is arranged, just in case.
Sorry for getting emotional right there.
No, not at all. I think that mindset is very noble of you. Well, I have other things to attend to, if you'll excuse me.
Thank you for your visit. Please let me know if there's anything else you need.
As the owner starts walking away, Olivia squeezes my hand. Within her silver eyes, I can see Olivia's thoughts at war with one another.
Alina?
She stops and turns again. Yes?
You asked before if I was Yatacon's apprentice.
Oh, yes, and then I got cut off. My bad. Are you?
I am.
Alina gives a warm smile. Then I expect big things from you. While Olivia said I shouldn't buy Yatacon's pieces, I could still give something to Olivia. Taking up my camera, I adjust the ISO and f-stop so I won't need to use my flash within the room.
Inko?
This will just take a moment. It's a simple matter, the paintings being the sole subject of the photos I take. I don't even have to manually focus on them. My camera clicks near silently as I pace the room, capturing the perfect duplicate of each of our teachers' work. When we finish here, I'll be sure to print and frame them for Olivia. But for now, I should focus on our date. I stroll back to Olivia and hand her my camera so that she can inspect the shots herself. She smiles as she looks over them, and I take hold of her chair. Say, wanna go snag some of the little sandwiches they had at the front?
Sure, you drive.
With a nod, we exit the room and start heading back to the main hall of the gallery.
Inko?
Olivia's head tilts back so she can look me in the eye.
Sorry if this wasn't your idea. If this wasn't the ideal date.
What? No, I'm enjoying it, Olivia.
You sure?
Absolutely. In fact, I want to see more galleries like this. Just the two of us, critiquing fascinating new pieces, giving our honest thoughts. Alright. Have a good night, Vladislav. And have a good evening. Or, yeah, just good night. Snapping photos of the best ones. I could definitely picture us going on more dates like this. However, there's also another date I have in mind. Olivia.
Yeah?
About the winter formal.
Yeah?
Do you still want to go with me? I nearly stumble over her now wagging tail.
Of course! We are going together.
Yes, I know, but I mean...
Yes, Inko, I want to go with you.
Her eager words send a wave of easiness through my mind and body, relieving tension that I hadn't even noticed. So, it's a date?
It's a date.
A smile tugs at her face as she reaches out for my hand. I take hers and we continue our walk to the exit. On the metro ride back, Olivia leans against my shoulder. Her eyes follow landmarks at the window on the other side of the car as we pass them by. Despite the loud humming of the tracks, I feel Olivia humming to herself. So, what are you thinking?
I'm trying to put my thoughts together. What I'm going to say for Yodakon's memorial. I definitely have all the pieces I need. Just having a hard time stringing them together.
How so?
Dunno. Just needs to be something that will really do him justice. I need a solid direction.
We pass under a few bridges while the thought sits.
What do you think?
A direction? She nods. In that case, I think I have a few ideas. What I saw today, I saw a lot of you. How Yodakon affected you, how his teachings shaped who you are now. That story is amazing. And I know everyone else will love it as much as I do. There's your angle. Olivia doesn't respond, but I feel her humming to herself again.
Maybe. That is a good point. What if people don't get it, though? I'm unsure still.
No, the more I think about it, the more I think that needs to be the big thing. After all, who was closer to him than you? Even you say you're his apprentice. Doesn't that mean you're the end result of his life's work? Let his work live on through you. I'm sure he'd love that. She smiles to herself.
Yeah, I think you're right. Thanks, this really helped.
I'm glad to be of service. The rest of the ride goes quieter, just us enjoying each other's company. I try to escort Olivia back home when the time comes, but she insists she can get there on her own. She offers me one last hug before we part ways for the day. As the metro races towards my stop, I think about the future. Olivia and I are going to the winter formal together. I'll need a good outfit and a bouquet if I want to impress her. I wonder what kind of dress she'll want to wear. It might be hard since she's disabled, but maybe I can look into it and give her some suggestions. It's December, winter in Valcaldera Bluffs is officially here. And as if to celebrate the occasion, tonight is St. Hammond's winter formal. Hard to believe it's already here. It really crept up on me. Whenever I'd remember the event coming up, I just force it out of my mind. Whole thing has me pretty anxious. It's like a date, but on a whole new level, like there's some formality to it. I'd better not mess this up. Anyway, I find myself with a new... Oh yeah, we've done this before, this song and dance. Alright, there we go. So, don't worry, Olivia's just getting ready. She's worked on her dress the whole week for it to look perfect. Worked on it? You mean she made it herself? More like she helped me in making it for her, even added her own personal flair to it. A homemade dress. Oh wow, and if Olivia helped, she's gonna look amazing. Oh, Inko, I see that look. My face ignites in embarrassment as the rest of the room laughs at me. Ah, it's just some ribbing, Inko. Ah, I could go for some ribs right now, actually. Don't want you feeling left out after all. Gee, thanks, Randy. There's some more laughter, but I can't stay angry at the pains. Instead, I take the last spot on the couch and lean back, mindful to not crease my suit too much. For the next couple of minutes, we simply wait and relax. Well, Damien and I relax. A blush is slowly spreading from Liz's cheeks and down her neck. Kinda reminds me of a thermometer. Damien shuffles closer to her red face coming down closer to him. He whispers something into her ear. And whatever he said makes the Lizmometer hit 1,000 degrees with an alerted yelp. His parents are just grinning as she squirms under their gaze. Don't feel too bad for her, though. This is what she wants, I think. Still, what the heck did Damien tell her? No, scratch that. Is Damien even doing this on purpose? Why are we all staring at the red garden hose? I turned to Olivia's voice and... oh. Wow. Oh, I knew you'd look amazing, Olivia, but to go so far... A hand slaps my back hard enough to make me stand and yelp. Randy grins unapologetically and then motions me towards Olivia. Olivia, you look... So many words fill my mind to describe her. I can feel my mouth flapping uselessly as I try to pick one. I look... Gulping in a breath of air, I finally pick... beautiful. The single word is enough to make Olivia's blush reach as far as her shoulders. And yet she smiles, even twirling her chair side to side so I can take in all the angles of her dress. Sophia said you helped make it? More like she helped me. It is quite vibrant in color, something that I've come to realize when it comes to any work Olivia does. So, what are we waiting for? Traffic's gonna suck like hell. Shouldn't we be getting into Liz's car now? Oh. Alright, give me a moment. I'll go eat. Or I'm gonna get my food. I'll come back down. Sorry for the wait, everyone. I've got my food. And oh man, does it smell good. I might just eat a shit ton. Normally when I'm playing this game and I'm eating at the same time, it's like my food gets cold. But I think I'm just gonna eat this. About that. Honk honk. What the? That'll be our cue. Thank you again for having me, Sophia. Randy? If my hands weren't preoccupied with rolling my confused date to the door, I would have waved back to Damien's parents. Damien holds the door open, so Olivia is able to clearly see our ride for the night. Whoa, awesome! The pristine white limousine parked out front idles waiting for us. Our chauffeur exits his seat and rounds the car to hold the door open for us. Mindful of him, I wheel Olivia as close to the entryway. The driver moves to assist Olivia, but I hold my hand out to stop him. I'll help her. Could you handle her chair? Of course, sir. He holds the chair in place. If I may. Yeah, I get it. With all the care necessary, one arm snakes behind Olivia's knee and the other around her back. I lift Olivia from her chair in a princess carry, feeling my legs shaking as I take the final 2 steps. Olivia tucks her head against my neck, her hot breath making my skin tingle pleasantly. Finally, I set her down to the soft leather seat within, right next to the tiny fridge and bar. Looking through the back window, the driver has finished securing her wheelchair in the trunk. He gives me a nod and returns back to the passenger door where Damien is guiding Liz in. Aww, there they are. Oh wow, it looks even nicer than on the website. Hey Inky, the bar's free game, right? I throw Damien a thumbs up. All paid for. Inko, we didn't agree. It's fine, Liz, I covered the extra cost. Awesome! Damien's already pulled 2 glass bottles of cola from the tiny fridge. Psst. That was his tooth. He cracks open a second one with as minimal effort. For you. He waves his bottle over to me, an offering. I decline. Leaning over, I manage to snag 2 bottles in the fancy bottle opener. All the bottles open, I hold up mine for all to see. A toast before we get there. To what, though? Ah, crap, didn't think ahead for this. To a good night. To Yatakan's memory. Yeah! Our bottles clink loudly against each other, and we proceed to drink our frothy, caffeinated beverages. By the time we reach the convention center, the fridge has been thoroughly emptied of its contents. I'm honestly impressed that Damien can drink so much. Somehow he hasn't burped a single time. I don't even try to wrap my head around how anymore. Olivia's hand wraps around mine while we wait for the limousine to come to a stop. Peering out the tinted window, I see plenty of activity just outside of the venue's doors. It looks like a line has already formed. All of the dinosaurs are dressed in colorful formal wear as they socialize with each other and drink from suspiciously opaque bottles. They're not even in the door, and the party's already started. Olivia suddenly wraps her hand around mine, drawing my attention away from the sight. Everybody else is gonna be so jealous of us. That was the intention. I smile and squeeze Olivia's hand. She squeezes back. The shining moment finally comes as our limousine pulls into the open carport in front of the venue, quieting the crowd down to just murmurs. We wait in deafening silence for another minute or so before the passenger door opens wide. Taking initiative, I step out into the open as the driver sets up the wheelchair with a flourish. Our ride makes a great set piece and naturally draws the attention of everyone nearby as I ease Olivia into her chair gently. Whoa, that's Inko and Olivia. A human dino couple? Cringe! Holy shit, it's Sisyphus! I bask in my peers' admiration as Damon and Liz follow after us. There's a figurative red carpet stretching from our limousine to the entrance of the venue. Have a good evening, sirs and ladies. Before the driver turns away, I shake his hand, palming him the necessary tip. The sound of the car door shuts behind me, and I take this as our cue to push Olivia forward and get us a spot in line. As we make our way outside, our fellow classmates continue to vocalize their astonishment. Damn! Coming to the party in style, Nito! Olivia looking good, girl! You make that dress yourself? Is it just me, or do Inko and Olivia look kinda cute together? As much as I hate to admit it. Wait, the hell am I saying? I'm loving this! After months of feeling regarded as the school's outcast, the spotlight's finally shining on me, and I'm reveling in it. And it feels good knowing that Olivia was getting the attention she rightfully deserves. Me and my cadre, who slowly move past this crowd and with heads held high, we approach the sign-in table where more people in line look our way. Figures. Think we could cut them? Wait, why would we be allowed to? Let's go, Inko. With a nod, I push Olivia around the line and head directly for the table. Looking back, Liz frowns, but Damien simply nods in understanding. My peers in line beside us are watching as we casually roll up to the table where Ben is waiting. Olivia, Inko, you made it! Hey. Ignoring Olivia's clipped tone, I smile back at Ben. Of course we did. In a limo, no less. What better way to start off the night? Ben moves a clipboard to Olivia, and she quickly fills her in their name. I lean over her shoulders and sign myself in too. Alright, you guys are good to go. What about Yatakon's memorial? I wasn't ever told when I'd be speaking. He hands over a slip of paper to Olivia. We'll be doing it at the end. We want to let everyone enjoy their night first. Figured you would have liked it that way. Looking at the sheet over Olivia's shoulder, I see that it's a collection of bullet points related to Yatakon's eulogy. Olivia scowls and crumples the sheet into a tiny ball between her palms. Olivia? I have a speech ready, Ben. Look, I know, it's just backup. Just in case, alright? Nothing could go wrong. Ugh. She tosses the ball of paper into her wheelchair compartment. Let's go, Inko. Right. See you inside, Ben. Alright, some quick thoughts. Inko has been a bit passive, but this is the first real crack, I think, that we've seen. So clearly, I mean, we know that Olivia and Ben have a past. This time around, it's Olivia who's being aggressive. In the third ending, it was Inko being aggressive. In the first ending, neither of them were being aggressive. Hope not. We move past the check-in, venturing deeper into the halls of the venue. Ahead of us, an open set of double doors leads to the main hall. Near the side, we enter several rows of neat round tables. The other half is reserved for the dance floor. And on the far side, a large stage for live performances. Nobody seems particularly interested in the Christmas music that echoes from the wall-mounted speakers. Now that we're here, I didn't think they'd take the winter part so literally. Drapes of white and light blue hanging along the walls. All the table centerpieces look like crystalline statues shaped into snowflakes. Even the large chandeliers hanging above the crowd seem to have drooping icicles dangling from it. Above us is a giant glass ceiling that opens into the night sky. There's too much light pollution to make out any constellations, but the moon is real pretty. An image comes to mind immediately. Lights dimming, music slows to something soft. The only real source of light is the moon hanging overhead. A true moonlit dance. I wonder if I can make that happen. It would be nice. This isn't the only room, of course. Off to the sides in several directions are doors that lead to other halls and rooms. Louis looking around at the other exits, too. Well, we made it. What do you want to do? I gesture towards the dance floor. Feeling like getting jiggy with it? Olivia gives a wincing smile. I thought you were supposed to be cool. But dancing? I don't want a lot for Christmas. No, I think I'd rather die. Relatable. Besides, somewhere around here's a room they set up for Yotacon. Right, yeah, we should pay respects to them before anything else. Alright. Olivia's tail guides my wrist as I push us towards one of the exits. The memorial room isn't hard to find. It's a smaller room, well lit and with a little furniture. On the far end, a framed picture of Yotacon and some of his old pictures from his classroom. Some from him, some from his students. There's a few other students here, paying their respects. Olivia taps my wrist with her tail, and I let go. I walk alongside her as we approach the portrait. I wonder when this was taken. It can't have been that long ago. He looks just like he did earlier this year. Olivia doesn't seem like she's ready to just yet. I'll give her a bit of privacy. Damn, Liz has got them moves. I wait outside the memorial room, leaning against the wall. You can see a bit into the main hall from here. The music swapped from festive to proper upbeat dance music. In fact, I'm pretty sure I see... Yep. Liz's head towers over the rest of the students, spinning and bouncing rhythmically just like a metal spring. I'm sure Damien's doing his best to keep up. They must be having a blast. I'm glad. Man, it's still so surreal to even be here. I never thought I would have ended up on a date with someone at an event like this. I've seen all sorts of stuff like this in the movies, but to actually experience it gives me the jitters. One big night to make the sparks fly. Olivia touches my hand, using the other to wipe away at her eyes. Hey, are you ready to go? She nods. Yeah, thanks for waiting. The music's changed in the ballroom. Olivia looks over and smiles. Tempting, very tempting, but, I didn't actually eat lunch today. That's turning into a bad habit. I know, I spent all day writing, reading, rewriting, rereading, and it's on and on. I getcha. Come on, I think I saw where they were serving food. Passing through the main hall once more, Olivia's hunched over for something. Her phone. I crane my neck around her shoulder to get a better look. She's carefully studying pictures she's taken of her written speech. Ah, seeing the room must have renewed her drive. You'll do great, Olivia. I hope so. I have to get this right. If you want, we can find a table first. Then I can get us dinner and give you a bit of extra time if you want. Would you? Yeah, no problem. Thanks. Olivia points me to the table in the corner, furthest away from the commotion. Just like our spot in the lunchroom at school. How about that? You want meat, right? You know it. At these types of events, they would either have catering or meal tickets. At least when I attended them with my parents. But judging by the sight of my peers carrying small plates of food, it's a simple buffet. Of course, catering with some 100 active seniors is bound to go wrong. The scent of spiced meat wafts through the spacious hallway. I can only imagine how Damien would feel right about now. I follow the movement of the crowd, letting the finer-nosed dinosaurs pinpoint the location of the buffet for me. As the ambient music dies down, the chatter starts to grow louder. I turn the corner of a hallway and find myself exactly where I want to be. Buffet stations run parallel along each wall in this cafeteria-esque room. There's even a chef and grill in the corner, prepping personal selected cuts of meat to specification. Most of the dinosaurs struggle to remain civilized in the presence of this kind of food. Having skipped a meal, I don't know if Olivia would fare much better. Nearly every station is swarmed with high school seniors. I walk over to one of the few tables in the room that's still open. Salad bar. I'm getting some pretty good ideas. I'll impress Olivia with the nicest darn looking meal she's ever seen. That'd be great for soothing her anxious nerves and setting a romantic tone. Taking and balancing a tray on one arm, I consider how best to rearrange a full dinner properly. Wait. A video I had recently watched starts replaying in my head. Oh god. Oh no. Oh fuck. Remember, most important part of a high quality meal is the garnishing. Already off to a bad start. Okay, I'll start and get here and get some veggies around the edges of the plate. It's framing like a painting. And then I'll go find the best meats to fill in the rest. I start waiting in line, eyeing the main course as it slowly moves me forward. It's some decent variety. I can really work with this. Hey, mind if I cut in? Damien? Ah, thanks, don't mind if I do. Can't you wait in line like everyone else? I did, the first time. This is round 3. No use getting annoyed. If he gets beat up in the parking lot later, it's his own problem. So, how's your night going? It's going well. Olivia and I are having a great time so far. Hey, that's great. Liz and I have been dancing like crazy. It's a blast. Gotta say, I'm happy for you. Sorry for being unsure earlier when you two first became an item. Looks like I was completely off the mark. Don't sweat it, man. Yeah. Hey, got 2 plates for yourself, I see. Smart. I should have done that. Ha! No, this one's for Olivia. He cocks an eyebrow. You sure? Yeah, I'm going to put everything into I'm going to put everything into prettying it up. That's herbivore food, son. It is now. I know what I'm doing. We're finally at the front of the line. I start carefully picking out the best cuts and strips of the various meats on display. I saw a guide on this once. It'll end up crazy romantic. Romantic, huh? She likes turkey more than duck. I drop the roasted mallard and the tongs and grab the preferred bird. You'll see. It'll be great. If you say so. I'm sure it'll be fine then. Damien just loads his plate up with stacks upon stacks of briskets and fillets, nearly forgetting to use the tongs at all. Once he has his plate stacked high, he gives a salute and slinks back out of the room. I, however, still have a mission to do. There's a few more lines for things like side dishes. This is gonna be perfect. Oh. Nope. Nom. I didn't bother plating my meal as fancy as that. Alright, 20 minutes later and 2 trays of perfectly picked meals are balanced precariously in my hands. Came out pretty great, I think. I even used the condiments to my advantage, leaving perfect dots of flavors where they'll be most effective. I hope Olivia likes it. Here we go. Ta-da! I slide Olivia's tray before her. A part of me is irked that she'd have her elbows on the table, even resting her head on her hands. Jeez, Inko, you took so long I thought you were gonna bring back, like, an entire cow or something. She smiles and rolls her eyes when she sees the tray. Very funny. Come on, where's the real one? Huh? Her smile fades. This is it? Were the lines really that bad? What do you mean? Like, were there a lot of people? There's barely anything on the plate. What's she talking about? That's a cut of rare cooked filet mignon and turkey breast with scallions and asparagus, plus some slices of salmon sashimi on the side. Not the salmon sashimi again. Nope. All properly garnished, of course. My plate is exactly the same. And while it looks and smells delicious... Did I mess up? Yeah, the line's out the door. I'll run back for seconds. Hopefully it'll clear up when we finish this. I'm sorry, I tried to arrange it nice, like we were at a fancy restaurant. She nods and stabs a fork through a piece of salmon. Well, I appreciate the thought. It does look pretty. Thanks. Once more recalling proper etiquette, I slice my own steak into tiny morsels, savoring each small bite of succulent meat. Olivia doesn't look as enthusiastic about the meal as I do. I always believe that presentation helps elevate the flavor of the food, but the sight of Olivia picking hers apart with a look of disinterest leaves a sour taste in my mouth. As we continue eating, I notice the cola in my glass begins to ripple and fizz a lot more than usual. Is this an earthquake? Boom! Oh, good evening, you two. It's Mr. Ferris. Wow, I haven't seen him since he gave the bad news. He glances over at Olivia. That's right, he had to tell her too. So he's probably here to check up on us. He's seated down with a heaping plate of dinner. Olivia looks up from her plate longingly at it. Whoa, hey, Mr. Ferris. Dang, nice outfit. Thank you, I actually picked it out myself. Wow, you're getting some fine taste. That means a lot, thank you. Are you chaperoning? I am. Although it'd be more accurate to say ATF. No narc, maybe? No, narc, maybe? Ah, I gotcha. Turns out when you organize an event with 100 teenagers, some of them decide it's not enough and try to bring their own fun. I've lost count of how many brand new flasks I've confiscated. Between you and I, the other staff plan on making sure it all doesn't go to waste after the party's over. Oh, brother. Taking a short break from my own meal, and I saw you two hidden away here in the corner. So, how goes it? Is the night treating you well? Yeah, we're having fun. It's going good. I'm just trying to memorize my memorial speech for later. Of course, I should have guessed. The whale man proceeds to bite into... Ugh, Damien was right, it's hard to watch. Last I saw you two, it was a terrible occasion. So I'm glad to see that both of you have bounced back. Thanks. That's a pretty stern look you have, Olivia. It's nothing. Listen, don't worry about your speech. I'm sure it'll be great. No need to overwork yourself. Relax a little. Should be a fun night, not a stressful one. You're right. Yeah, Olivia. Don't worry too much about memorizing the script. You should speak from the heart. If anybody knows how to pay respects to Yata-kan, it's you. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. Nobody else here would understand most of what I wanted to say. They don't know Yata-kan like I did. How am I supposed to summarize everything he meant to me in 5 minutes? Have some faith, Olivia. People will understand when you speak from the heart. Yeah, sure. Inko's right, Olivia. People are genuinely empathetic after all. Huh? Oh, that was Ben. I followed the source of the voice, spotting Ben as he approaches the table with a wide smile. Everybody's experienced loss, Olivia. You'd be surprised just how much they'll understand. As Ben takes his seat, Olivia doesn't look happy. In fact, she looks noticeably more upset than she did 5 seconds ago. Good evening, Benjamin. You've done a bang-up job organizing tonight. The design of it wasn't all me. The student council all worked together. Of course, a lot of the decorations are just reused from year to year as well. Ben skillfully forks several vegetables together into one bite. He seems content that Olivia is actually tolerating his presence. If I may be a bit open here, I want to thank you guys for being here. I'm so relieved this is all going off without a hitch. I've been crazy nervous myself that things wouldn't go so well. Like, if I messed up, I may as well spit on his grave too. Those kinds of thoughts plagued me the entire time I was worked on this. Why is that? Because Mr. Yotakon was the best teacher. The table is shaking under my wrists. Looking over, I notice how Olivia's free hand clutches the edge of the table tightly. Honestly, I love this classes the most. He really had a way of teaching. It's something in his tone. I can't help but note how all his words of praise for our teacher simply angered Olivia. Yeah, he went above and beyond. He was really inspirational. Olivia grunts her own agreement. She's really gripping the table's edge, and she's trying to snap it in two. So, I'm just really glad I'm doing Yotakon proud. I feel like I really got him, you know? God, you know what? I'm not doing this. Inko, we're dancing. My girlfriend grabs my arm and starts dragging me from the table. Olivia, what's wrong? Through grit teeth, she responds roughly. Just feeling that holiday spirit, Inko. Okay? Have fun. She doesn't even look back at Ben or Mr. Ferris as we shove our way through the crowd toward the dance floor. She's still tugging me along with her tail around my wrist. As the upbeat music grows louder, I can barely hear Olivia grumbling to herself. The nerve, what does he know? Just trying to make himself feel better. I can feel the tension within Olivia through her tail squeezing roughly around my wrist. A tension that melts away from her when a gentle stroke of my thumb runs over the scaly appendage. Let's bring the volume up a bit. Olivia's breath leaves her slowly, the exhale seeming to take all of her frustration with it as she slows down. And once it's all gone, her body goes slack. I have to actually catch her tail before it hits the floor, and I earn an appreciative smile from her before we continue towards the dance floor. Eventually, enough students are displaced and we have a section of the floor to ourselves. I only just now realize the situation I'm in. Good news, I do in fact know how to dance. Several years of tagging along to business parties made sure of that. Even then, I actually looked up to some guides yesterday to keep myself refreshed just in case. Bad news, I do not know how to bust it down epic style. Oh yeah, busting it down epic style. You know what? Oh my god. Not have a camp for this, but you should. I could teach you how to bust it down epic style. Even as a quirked up human with a little bit of swagger, I am not goated with the sauce. What the fuck is this dialogue? He does not have this Skibbity Ohio Riz. Oh god, I laughed too hard now. I'm having trouble digesting my food. Ugh. The very concept of busting a move is foreign to me. I've only ever seen it in shows and occasionally from game kickers during a live stream. Don't be stupid. It can't be that hard. Hey. Olivia's moving and grooving, bobbing in her chair and rolling her shoulders. Wow, I'm an idiot. This is just how anyone dances when they're jamming in a car. She pauses a second when she notices me staring. Come on, what are you waiting for? Don't tell me you're too refined to do even this, rich boy. Wow. I'm messing with you. I know you're not. You're just a dork. Doesn't take long to match your rhythm. As we dance, her small smile slowly evolves into a radiating grin. Her annoyance after that dinner is completely gone, a thing of the past. Even when the song ends and a new one starts, we seamlessly bridge into the new rhythm. Everything else fades away until it's simply us, lost at time in the world and caught up in the music now. Eventually, the tracks swap over to a slower tempo. Olivia takes the cue to check the time on her phone. Oh man, it's about time. She shows me 9:20. We still have time. Olivia shakes her head. Not much. I need to prepare. Aw, but the music just got good. I was wanting to show. Sorry, I can't, Inko. I only need to make sure it goes well. Be here for me, please. Okay. I understand. Thank you. Olivia takes both my hands in hers, weaving our fingers together tightly. I could feel her pulse beat through our linked hands, and she must be feeling mine too. Her eyes close slowly, and I could feel her heartbeat slowly fall in line with mine. Finally, she gently lets go. She turns her wheelchair and starts off in another direction, not breaking eye contact until she's nearly lost in the crowd. Well, that was it. That was amazing. It's a shame we couldn't get to do a proper slow dance, though. Yeah, a shame. A few people glanced my way. Get stood up? Oh crap, I'm just standing here on the dance floor like a chump. I cut through the crowd to reach the sidelines. There's a chairs set up along some of the walls to rest in. Am I just being selfish? We just danced for what, an hour? It's not like we can't ever dance again. Olivia has responsibilities, and she takes them seriously. That's what makes her so great. She wasn't like that at all at the start of the year, was she? Across the dance floor, I catch sight of Damien with his date. The two sway along, carefully stepping around each other. Damien's actually struggling, but Liz holds him tight, taking him through the motions. While the song goes on, he gets more confident in his strides. More impressive is how he seems to handle her neck, which makes the girl's head swoon and melt in his embrace. Oh, that's a cute image. By the end of it, it almost looks like he was the one teaching her. After a few songs, the lights fade out more. Looks like I was right in my guess earlier. This must be the last song. Fireworks above the building burst into bright flashes of color. The iridescent sparks fall away with each cacophonous boom. Some into colored shapes, but most just a kaleidoscope of fading members. Wow, so poetic, Inko. While the song is eclipsed by the blasts of fireworks, I still see couples lost within the gentle melody. Even Liz and Damien are still dancing, ignorant of the fiery display overhead. The last song fades out, and the lights start getting warmer. It stings a little. On stage, Principal Scaler steps up to the lone microphone and gives a thumbs up to have it turned on. Good evening, everyone. I hope you've all had a wonderful night. The remaining chatter gets quieter. Thank you all for coming to tonight's event. I'm happy to see so many participants in one of St. Hammond's oldest traditions. Although this year we have cut it just a bit short for a special occasion. As you all know, earlier this year we lost one of our most beloved teachers at St. Hammond. Yada-kan taught for many years and gave us all into helping his students learn. So, we have a few words of service we've prepared to send the night off. First, we'll be hearing from our student council president, Benjamin McKnight. Ben approaches from off stage, graciously taking Scaly's position in front of the microphone. There's a bit of polite applause, and Principal Scaly moves back. Uh-oh. I notice a few students already leaving out the back door. Pricks. Well, whatever. Thank you, Miss Principal Scaler. When I learned of Mr. Yada-kan's passing, my whole world just seemed to break. I had known him for 4 years, but in that time he had become a very important person in my life. He was a mentor figure to me, someone who guided and... Though Ben spoke passionately, he prattled. The student council president made his point and then some, like he didn't want to stop talking. Enough so that the next speaker, not Olivia, but a familiar white and black raptor girl, only had a few minutes of her own words. She was much more succinct, giving a traditional prayer in his name. Finally, the girl took the microphone from its stand and handed it to Olivia as she wheeled onto stage. Olivia moves to the spotlight with a look of determination on her face. She takes a moment, breathing deeply before scanning over everyone still inside the room. I flash her a thumbs up, though I don't know if she can see me under that bright light. Finally, she brings the mic to her mouth and begins.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Hello, my name is Olivia Halford. Many of you know of me, the quiet girl in a wheelchair at school. But for the longest time, Yatacon was the only person to actually show he cared. The only teacher to truly teach me, the only one to really reach out. In a dark, lonely world where I thought I was all alone, he was there for me.
I nod along as Olivia talks, absorbing her genuine words.
That's part of why I was asked to talk today. I can't hope to say I was his favorite student, but he was definitely my favorite teacher. From a child, I always had a passion for art, and I've had many teachers through the years learning. After so long, I just had the impression none of them actually liked art. Rather, to them, it's another subject to teach to equally disinterested students for throwaway grades. And I could say, none of them went above and beyond the way he did for his students.
She takes a pause to catch her breath. I notice her eye is still half-lidded as she peers to left and right. That spotlight must be poorly angled. It looks to be aimed right at her eyes.
Yatacon was one of the best, and he was taken from us too soon. But he does live on. Through the students that he really did teach. That's how he taught, giving it his all, not getting discouraged by apathetic classes of ungrateful, unwilling students. If just one student was there to learn, he would teach them all he knew. And I'm honored to have been that for him.
There's some whispers around me, and I notice more and more as some of our peers are quietly speaking during her speech. I wave my arms, silently pleading she notices me. Sadly, because of that damned spotlight, Olivia cannot take my hint to reel her speech back on course.
In his prime, he was known for his portrait work. Controversial as his efforts were, there was no denying his skill. And though I don't do portraits so often, and though I'm not as skilled as him yet, someone like me was able to win an art contest in just once of his class. Teaching like that takes serious talent, and a serious heart. And through his efforts, and those he's affected, he'll live on. I'll continue to make great work. I'll continue to do his name justice and carry his torch. As his apprentice. That's what he deserves most. Thank you and have a good night.
Silence. A bit more polite clapping. But also some murmurs from the crowd. Is she alright? That's it? Did she just say we were ungrateful and unwilling?
No, that isn't what I meant.
Murmurs grow into chatter. Olivia looks my way, confusion etched in her features. That's it? That's the whole speech? I don't know who said it, but it was said with an angry tone. Uh-oh. That was just a cheap puff piece about yourself. That was hurtful.
No, of course not. I just...
Olivia's hands fumble for something. The chatter is growing louder as Olivia pulls a small white ball from her chair's storage compartment. Her hands shake, the sound of paper crumpling coming from the speakers. Ben's notes. Oh no.
To continue, Yatacon was an important member of the community, and...
Oh my god, that really was the whole thing! Are you serious? How insulting to Yatacon. You should be ashamed. Woman moment! My mind is scrambling. What can I even do? The damage has been done. No, it's fine. So long as Olivia calms down, she can have a good comeback. I got to do something. You're doing great, Olivia! Keep it coming! She instantly rips the paper in two. Uh-oh.
Who was that? Are you mocking me? What is wrong with all of you?
Shit, that isn't what I meant. The principal rushes on stage. Olivia bats her arm away.
No, let go of me!
A vicious growl permeates through her clenched teeth. Silver eyes glare daggers at every person still in the room, shouting back at her. Enraged, she smashes the paper in her hands back into a ball and chucks it at the crowd.
Fuck you all! None of you knew him like I did! Yatacon meant more to me than anyone in fucking else!
Olivia, please! The speakers let out a terrifying noise as the microphone is tossed aside. Olivia turns away from the angry crowd, rolling herself off stage and towards a back exit. For a moment, I could see Damien and Liz among the churning sea of bodies. They looked at me with utter confusion and shock. Coming back to my senses, I run up the hall and chase after Olivia. Pushing the side exit open, the frigid breeze of outside air hits my face. Where'd she go? I catch a glimpse of her turning the corner of the building. Olivia, wait up! Olivia, wait. Fucking hell, hold on! Takes a moment to catch my breath. Oh no. What the hell happened back there? We're by the carport. There's crowds of people exiting the building. Some are waiting by the curb, probably for the valet or some other transportation. Her eyes level on me. Eyes a mixture of anger and pain. Olivia? Olivia. You just blew up out of nowhere at everyone. What's wrong? Olivia's on the brink of tears, her enraged eyes welling up with tears. Huh? Wait, hold on. Okay. Why didn't they get it? What did I do wrong? My teeth rattle painfully as I close my mouth. I poured my heart and soul out to those assholes. And look what happened. Ugh. It was all for nothing. Those freaks. You get it, right, Inko? Yeah, I do. Listen, it's not over. Of course it is. Yatacon deserves better than this. What a disgrace. Look, there's a way to make it up. Olivia turns and sniffles a little bit. She's listening. Right now, things seem really down, I know. But the stage is probably still open. I'm sure if I just give the word with Ben or Scalar, they'll let you continue and you can apologize. Oh my gosh, shut up! Yatacon was wrong. All those hassles, even you, Inko. What the fuck? All they cared about was themselves. Well, I mean, your speech. I took your advice, Inko. Hey, I said tell your story to them. I don't recall saying to make it all about yourself. Uh-oh. Argument. So, sorry on my part. Maybe you should go back and apologize too. Fuck them. Why should I? Because it'll make you bad if you don't. Look bad if you don't. Like I should give two shits what they think about me. Well, I give two shits because it's going to make me look bad. Oh god. Inko, what the fuck? Yeah, just let that one slip, huh? I really shouldn't have said that. But I'm right though, aren't I? Are you seriously making this about you? It's not about me, but I'm trying to help you, so it affects me. She tries to yell something, but her voice cracks and breaks into a miserable growl. I watch as tears begin to stream from her still vicious eyes. Come on, Olivia. That's all I've ever wanted to do. Well, maybe I don't want you to help. Her voice is deep and stern. You don't really want that, do you? How do you know? You think you understand me? That you have me all figured out? That you know what I want? Fuck you, Inko. A hollow feeling resonates through me. She doesn't mean that. She can't. Can't she? Look, Olivia, why don't we just go back home? We could talk about this, and maybe on Monday you can... Yeah, I think I'm going to go home. Here, let me call No, I'm going home alone. Seriously? Yes, it's over. Over? What do you mean, over? She turns her chair away from me, rolling herself down the sidewalk away from the venue. You can't walk home alone. Olivia, listen. Snap. That sound is unmistakable. I nearly just lost my hand. Fuck off! I want to follow her after. Desperately try and reason with her. But my legs refuse to move. A part of me forces myself to watch Olivia as she slowly moves down the sidewalk. As other students pass her by, and toss hateful words her way. As the world itself seems to throw all its vitriol in on this wheelchair-bound girl, buffeting her with a blistering cold gust. As she waits at the metro station in view, I'm incapable of looking away. It must be some punishment for what I said, as I can see Olivia finally quake with tears at the station. Just as Olivia wails with agony, the train comes, hiding her from me. That wail was the last thing I heard from her that night, though at times her haunting cry resurfaces in my memories, returning to tear at my heart without remorse, with no reason or warning as to why. Alone. I'm afraid. I've always heard the stories of events like prom ending with merriment and talk of after parties. The ride back home was silent. I opened the door to my undercoated house, the air feeling much colder than it did outside. I didn't bother turning the lights on as I hobbled through the empty halls. My movements are robotic. Each step up the stairs is forced. The bedroom door swings open, but I can't be bothered to close it. My bed has never looked so inviting. Although maybe it's the other way around. Everything else is too cold. It's the new center of the universe. I just flump face first into it. I'm alone. The winter days dragged on endlessly during the Christmas break. Something inside me just sapped away any and all strength from me. Wake up whenever I can't sleep anymore. Eat whatever my stomach wouldn't hurt. Stare at my computer's monitor without really acknowledging what I was on it. The bare minimum of existing. The one singular thought that pervaded my mind was, I want to see her. I would find myself looking at my phone's messenger app, eyes glancing over the old pictures and messages I sent. All those doodles she'd sent that meant nothing to her now meant the world to me. Fingers tapping the digital keys with whatever words I thought. Asking her if she was okay. Asking if I could see her. Asking for forgiveness. Only for the words to vanish as my thumb held down on the delete key. In this cold and lonely room, I desperately wanted to reach out to Olivia. In each passing day, I would muster up just enough courage to write a longer and longer message. My courage would vanish by the end, and I'd go back to simply existing, lost in a notion of apathy in this room. It's Christmas Eve today. I got some new house robes from my parents, had them pre-wrapped and sent them over. They'll open it when they get home tomorrow night. Everyone else is having a big meal with their families. They all got their own yearly traditions, whatever old comedy gets put on like ritual. Before bed, the kids get to open one present early. Everyone else stays up chattering with each other a while. But not me. I'm just in my pajamas, watching a show I don't even like. In senior year, next year I'll have taxes. Looking at my messenger again. I stare at the message I had composed. My thumb hovers over the backspace key. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey. Hey. I did it at last. My heart thumps roughly as I immediately after I see the typing animation on my screen. Whoa, she was camping. Hey. My thumbs want to mash away wildly on the keys. Write out an infinite number of things that just fly to the forefront of my mind. but I hold off and think until I finally decide. Merry Christmas. That's all. Merry Christmas Eve. Right, Eve. I lost track of time. Same. What have you been doing? In the most literal sense of the word, nothing. Nothing really. You? Dealing with Vinny. Decorating for tomorrow. Sounds fun. Yeah, fun. New rat just dropped. New rat just dropped. Ah, there we go. New rat just dropped. She included a drawn guts looking depressed. And a strange sensation overtook my face. It was a smile. I'd forgotten what it felt like to smile in only just a week. So, you still by yourself? Yeah. My fingers had moved without me realizing. Before I could explain, I saw Olivia typing a reply and held myself. That sucks. Your parents suck. I know. Another rough thump of my heart rattled my chest. You thought you were gonna get invited. Listen. I thought about that night. And I'm sorry for what I said. I fucked up, Olivia. Please take me back. I wait a few seconds. No response. Was it too much? Too little? What am I even doing? I let my phone fall into my chest and rub my eyes. Idiot. Zzz. Okay. I'll give it another shot. I jerk up straight. Oh, thank you, Raptor Jesus. I swear, I'm going to church every Sunday from now on. Thank you. Can I come over tomorrow? There's no one here. No. You? Probably shouldn't. There's a pause between her replies. Time during which I feel my breath leaving me and my heart slow in its beating. That came out bad. Look, I'm mostly over what happened between us. But it still hurt. I need some extra time. Don't want to make things awkward. You know, some of that squeezing feeling is back. I really jacked myself, didn't I? I guess I deserve it. This is my price to pay. Yeah, alright. See you at school? Sure. I decide to flip on an old Christmas movie. It's one meant for kids, but I remember watching it once with my family. As I doze off, it's just a little less bitter. We texted more and more over the winter break. By the time I saw Olivia again at school, it almost felt like how things used to be. Almost. I had a lot to make up for after all. But I was back in her good graces. It's more than I could have asked for, honestly. The rest of the school year seemed more like a formality, and instead I put my efforts on just being there for Olivia. After all, it was just a 2 versus the world once we graduated. Just us 2 versus the world. Another day of work. Another walk home through the shit show that is urban rush hour. I sigh as several car horns continue to blare at each other with reckless abandon. At least it's Friday. The words linger in the air as a faint evening breeze washes over me. Experience has taught me that walking home from my office building is faster than trying to drive through this mess. Oh my god. Fucking preach. I briefly stopped to observe the source of the massive buildup. They've been doing construction on this intersection for the last 3 months. Damn it, I'm off work early today. Something about corporate reorganization, though that's usually code for downsizing. Did you get fired? At least I'll get to see Olivia in her prime. We're always so busy these days. But tonight could be special. I don't even remember the last time we went out together for a date night. So she's sure to love a nice dinner date. It'll be like old times. After another 15 minutes of dodging cars and homeless people, I'm finally at my destination. The Valcaldera Gallery of Arts. Olivia had spoken with Alina, and they'd come to some agreement to start producing and selling her works of art, her work at Alina's gallery. And over the years, that arrangement changed as Olivia became a part-time assistant to Alina. It's a nice gig, but it doesn't pay the most. Of course, it's just until her career really takes off. After that, it's beachfront life for both of us. The schedule she gave me is right. Olivia should be showcasing her work right about now. The inside of the gallery is dry and cool, a contrast to the hot and humid weather outside. Independent conversations echo through the room as I walk past the front desk. Nobody dares to question me. I think our showcase is in the East Wing, right next to Yotacon's old section. As I follow my vague memories, I come to a wide-open section of the gallery. I spot Olivia not too far away. Looks like she's talking to someone. I approach her slowly to overhear the conversation, trying not to interrupt. You made several comments earlier in this interview about your inspiration for your latest work. Do you want to elaborate on this? She's holding a tablet, tapping away as she speaks. A journalist, then. Yes, I can. Recently, I've been looking a lot more into the warmer tones. My usual palette favored cool tones that were evocative of evening theming. But for this series, I wanted to tackle what comes after the nighttime vistas. At least from daybreak to noon. Olivia finally notices my presence and turns her head to me. Eiko, did something happen? What are you doing over here? I wanted to surprise you. Well, that's nice. Is he your husband, Miss Halford? Oh, no, we're just dating. Would you mind if I got some comments from him as well? It may be useful. I don't know. I guess it'd be fine. Excellent. The woman turns to me, pushing her tablet well within my personal bubble. Miss Halford said you're Inko. Inko G. Nito. We've been an item for 3 years now. 3 years? Since high school, then? Yes, we met and started dating our senior year together. So, since you've been with her for a while, you must be very familiar with her process as well. I'd say so, yes. I think he's gonna be clueless, isn't he? What could you tell me about Olivia's presence in the art world, then? Her work really stands out, yet her pieces aren't that widespread. Well... I could see Olivia's head shaking. It's a personal talk we've had more often these days. The tablet pushes further into my space, urging me to speak. It's not that Olivia doesn't want her work to spread. It's just the majority of people that approach her have been from varying advocacy organizations for disabled individuals. I don't see how that would be a problem. It isn't, honestly, but before I can continue, Olivia forces herself between the journalist and I think that's enough for now. The reporter reluctantly nods, politely excusing herself in the presence of Olivia's leer. Look, Olivia pulls me aside and around a corner, whispering angrily. What are you doing? I've told you time and time again, I'm not doing it that way. Okay, sorry. You shouldn't even be here. Shouldn't you be at work? I got to go home early today. Relax. I want to see you. A gentle puff of air slips from her lips. Thanks. Hey, we haven't been somewhere in forever. Now that I have some time off, would you want to have dinner someplace nice tonight? You seem stressed. Olivia untenses herself a little. Dinner? Wow, I guess it has been a long while. Yeah, I think I'd like that. Great. Anywhere in mind you'd like to go? She closes her eyes in contemplation. No, nothing in particular. I'd be glad to relax a bit wherever. Alright. You getting off work about the same time today? Yep, 5 p.m. Look, this interview's really important. This comes from a pretty major publication. I can't have this go wrong, alright? I really think this is my big chance. I get the idea. Alright. Okay. Just relax, okay? You're doing great with the interview. Thanks. You'll do great, and tonight we can celebrate. Yeah. Alright, you should go. I'm going. On my way out, I wave back at the confused journalist while Olivia rolls back her direction to finish the interview. I walk home with a bit more prep in my step. Man, I really need this date too. I'm getting a few butterflies again. Whoa. I open the door and flick the light switch, revealing our dignified flat. There's not much furniture, with most of the floor being reserved for Olivia's art supplies and space to maneuver her wheelchair. Honestly, it looks a bit like an extension of the gallery she works at. Some might call it messy, but I'd like to think of it as homely. On the way to our bedroom, I pass the kitchen and catch a glimpse of the sink. I still need to wash the dishes. And sweep the floor. Never mind that now, there's something much more important. I make it to the master bedroom, opening up the expansive wardrobe that lies just inside. What to wear? An hour of hygiene and fashion later, I'm all cleaned up. I take a seat on the living room sofa, waiting patiently for Olivia to get home. It's a little after 5. She'll probably be here in 10 minutes or so. I haven't actually decided where I'll take her. It's gotta be barbecue. Somewhere like, Man, we've been living here for ages and I don't actually know where anything is. My phone's old proprietary map boots, and I check out around for restaurants within walking distance. Handful of falafel. Looks great. Herbivore themed, so can't. That means then there must be... A quick check of search in settings confirms it. Only carnivore locations. There we go. A refined list of nearby locations. One in particular is even marked as new. Simone's. I just opened up a few months ago, and it looks pretty neat. Checking their website, I see that they still have some available tables for tonight. And the menu looks exquisite. Alright, that decides it. I check the time, 5:15. Bah, should have figured it. The foot traffic would have been bad today. It's Friday after all. Olivia should be here any minute. Man, is it that bad? I should check up on her. Interview over? No response. It's still going on then? Jeez. I'm starting to get worried. A pit starts gathering in my gut. Or I'm just hungry. No, I'm not eating before a date. Come on, Olivia, get home already. That's it. I'll just call her. If it interrupts the interview, it interrupts the interview. I find Olivia's contact and... Ah, shit. Ah, come on, is her phone off? Man. I guess a sandwich wouldn't hurt. My knees pop when I stand. Guess I was sitting a while. While I busy myself with sandwich crafting, I can feel my worries bubble further. Maybe I should just go back to the gallery? No, if you left it'd be way too easy for us to just pass each other. With nothing else to do, I flip on the TV. There's a new documentary series out that'll fill the noise nicely. I hardly pay attention to it, just getting bites into my little sandwich until it's all gone. Guilt pangs me, but what else was I supposed to do? I sigh and look out the window. Outside, the unmistakable wail of an ambulance. No, of course not. That'd be stupid. Quit worrying. You alright? Dang it, Olivia, can't this have waited just one day? Ugh. What am I thinking? Knock that off me. Just need to have some faith. I'm getting worked up for nothing and we can laugh about it over our dinner tonight. Yeah, I'm just worrying over nothing. I'll just sit back and relax until Olivia arrives. Holy crap! I flip around on the couch. Fuck! From the loud thumping I can already guess. She's not happy. Olivia's tail slams loudly on the floor in frustration as she wheels herself into our living room. Olivia, what happened? I was getting worried. I was at that damn interview. For hours. That fucking reporter. Holy shit, I need to punch something. Your interview didn't go well? What do you think? Olivia stops herself and exhales deeply. Sorry, no, it didn't. She loved my work. We were right there, ready to make this happen. Then she shows me her notes. You know what they said? Differently abled, passionately enabled.
I tell her to drop the angle, and she says she's not interested in the article otherwise. She was just there to make her shitty little story about the disabled artist to ride my situation to stardom. She tries to say it's mutually beneficial. So for hours I'm trying to keep the conversation going, to show her my process, maybe to just get her to say yes. I was right there, Inko. Right there. All I need to hear was a yes. For once. God, why does nobody get it? It was all for nothing. Now I just... fuck it. Fuck it. I'm sorry I'm late. We can go on the date thing now. I'm hungry. Everything's closed, Olivia. Fucking fantastic. None of us would have happened if she'd just done it. Now I look like a desperate idiot. I'm still stuck at this place making barely above minimum wage. I don't even get to date. God, I'm just doomed to mediocrity forever. If it matters that much, maybe you should just accept it. I didn't mean to mumble that. I hope Olivia didn't notice. She noticed. What the fuck was that? She's giving me a chance to change what I said. I've gotten a few of those over the years, whenever I broke someone's spoken rule of hers. And I'd always capitulate, because I figured that's what a good boyfriend would do. Except today. This was my only early day in a while, the first time in years I could have felt like her boyfriend for once. Something boils over. No. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I can't bring myself to say anything more. I just sit in silence while Olivia starts tensing up. And what does that mean? You're supposed to support me. We're there for each other. That's what this is for. I have been supporting you, Olivia. I love you. Then why? Her breathing is getting heavier. I see her claws poking out, pressing into her armrest. Those scared me once. She won't use them. Olivia, listen to me. This is the first time in years that I could have taken you on a date. That we could have gone anywhere we wanted to. We would have. We would have been back by now, having fun. And it was spent on even more of this stupid, stubborn nonsense. She sits aghast. Who are you? I'm the guy that's had to deal with this crap for 3 years now. I like you, Olivia. I love you. I want to do stuff with you. Can't you make it easy to deal with you? Oh, like you would know. You fucking parents aren't even around. They'd rather just get shit-faced every night than deal with you once. My parents didn't abandon me to some other poor family to raise instead. Her brows furrow and her eyes widen. Before I can bother feeling guilty about the statement, she roars. How could you know the situation I was in, you prick? And I'm just trying to make my shitty situation not shit. It would have been that way if you didn't demand everyone else to play by your rules. You're no different than those so-called phonies that abuse the disability, except you're broke. Oh my fucking god, and is it so much to ask for one person who gets it? Am I the insane one here? I don't need you turning on me too, you spineless sack of shit. Is it really just the entire world conspiring against me to make sure I'm painting under a bridge with condiments and shit within the next few years? Is it so much to ask for one fucking person to not just use me to climb the social ladder? If you're so concerned about it, then let me. It's been 3 damn years, Olivia. Face it, your career isn't taking off because you refuse to let anyone actually see it. Because you're so hung up about your stupid fucking wheelchair. Fuck you, useless sack of shit, Skinny! Oh no. Uh-oh. Shit. That was too far. What are we doing? What's happened to us? It wasn't supposed to be like this. We stand motionless, just staring at the carnage of the vase. The water leaks across the tile. The flowers, a birthday gift from me to her, lay withered on the floor in pieces. Olivia finally meets my eyes. The expression is a horrid mix of shock and remorse. The fire has died, all heat is gone. In its place is simply 2 burnt-out individuals and the reality that we'd ignored for so long. Her head falls, and she rolls away into the office room we turned into her studio. Its door creaks slowly before shutting softly. Grabbing a towel from the kitchen, I try to carefully collect the broken pieces of the vase. Not carefully enough, though, as my palm is cut on a jagged edge. Thankfully, the towel staunches a small cut enough that I can clean up the rest of the damage. This is a cool painting.
I set the damaged flowers in the sink, so there's a chance some of them can be saved. The vase is a lost cause, though. As I look at it, all I feel... The sound of sniffling reaches my ears, and I look into the closed studio door. An idea comes to mind. There's one undamaged tulip here. I could... take it to her and apologize for my harsh words. Maybe she'd even apologize too. Maybe. But... I don't even know anymore. Setting the last living flower into a cup, I fill it with some water. It looks horrible. The petals are damaged. The stem is bent. Some of my blood is mixed with the water, making it look disgusting. For a picture, it'd be the perfect representation of us right now. But I gave that up. I gave up a lot of things for Olivia. It's like she doesn't even understand that, though. I placed the glass where the vase once was, and lay down on the couch once more. This is our life now. This has been our life for so long. And I don't know where this life is going to take us. And it's with that final horrifying thought that I drift into a dreamless sleep. Well, ending 2. I guess that is arguably better than ending 1. It's weird that we got to see more into the future, and we got to go to the ball in ending 2, when neither of those happened for ending 3. Ending 3 seems to be like the most standalone of all the other ones then. Because in the other ones, we've always gone to the prom. There wasn't a time skip in ending 1 because, well, she fucking died, but... Or, she got comatose. But... Olivia is kind of full of herself. And I get that she doesn't want to, like, take the disability checks or whatever. She doesn't want her work to be just that, but at the same time, she's pushing everything away. Like, she's not letting Inko be Inko. She's not, like, she called everyone else ungrateful of Yotacon. It's like she's just kind of full of herself. And so is Inko, I guess, in a sense. But not nearly as much. It's weird how this ending was supposed to be about developing Olivia more, and she did make progress as a person. She works harder, she's more involved in her life. And Inko's the one that we didn't develop. But somehow that... I feel like Olivia was the one that was worse in this ending than Inko was. Like, Inko was just kind of a dude. Olivia was the one who kind of just spiraled out of control there. In the first ending, they both spiraled out. In the third ending, Inko stepped up, but Olivia just remained stagnant. In this one, Olivia steps up. Inko is kind of stagnant. He gave up on his own stuff, which is saying a lot. Because he's working, to be fair, it's 3 years and not like the 1 year time skip of ending 3. But he said, like he said, he's given up a lot for Olivia, and Olivia's still trying to pursue her passion, her career. But she's, you know, pushing everything away. She's not really letting others, like, she's not really, like, letting people do things for her because she doesn't want to be seen as weak, or she doesn't want to just be seen as for her disability or whatever. It's like taking that part of her character and, like, cranking it up to the max, but also, like, inflating her own ego. It's kind of crazy how she had a more fulfilling life as a streamer than as a fucking artist. Or at least pursuing art. Kind of funny, actually. In a divine comedy kind of way. But yeah, thank you all for coming by. Next week we start our journey on the 4th ending. I don't know if the 4th ending is going to be longer than the other endings. My guess is it might be, but It shouldn't be 2 parts. I think it should just be 1 video. Or 1 session of stream. If not, we'll see. But I think it's going to be 1. And yeah, it'll be saving the best for last. And we'll see how that goes. I'll also be reading through the water fountain scene again. Because I remember someone was interested in it. I think it was Dragon AC or Dragon AC, or haven't I pronounced that? Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I think people wanted to see that be done again, this time with all the right dialogue. And I get it, it's an impactful scene, so I would be down to do it again. But yeah, anyways, catch you all next week for WANI 4. And a happy ending. And that's why we saved the best for last. Alright. Peace out, everyone. And have a good rest of your week. We're going to be streaming Dragon's Dogma 2 Friday. So if you're interested in that, stop by. If not, well, yeah, I'll see ya. I'll see you around. Just gonna let the music jig out a bit more. I may be a quick-up human, but I am not good with the sauce.